I'm recording this straight out of slow season. For me, December to March has always been slow. Businesses blew their budgets on Christmas campaigns. Everyone blew their money on Christmas shopping. Everyone's doing taxes. Everything just seems slow and stale. You know, at the beginning of the year, it just seems like everyone's picking themselves back up. And as a consequence, that means that I get barely any work. And mentally, that's extremely challenging. It's that time of the year where I start wondering, what am I doing with my life? How long can I keep doing this? Am I actually any good? Like, do I suck? Is that why nobody's hiring me? Because I see some of my friends in the industry, they still get work. Granted, not as much, but some. So I must suck, right? Was my mom right and I should have just gotten a job at the bank? Yeah, slow season is hard, and it's common for all business owners and freelancers and entrepreneurs. It's kind of inevitable, but I'm finding that it doesn't have to suck. Having dealt with this for years now, I've picked up some things along the way just to make sure I don't lose my mind going through these slow periods. And what better time to share this with you guys other than now, when I'm slowly losing my mind. You know, all this is part of being a freelancer, but there are still things that you can do to combat this feeling. There are always going to be times that work is high and times where work is slow. So you just gotta accept it and try and make the most out of it. So first, start by accepting that being still isn't necessarily failing or falling behind. Not always, at least. It's normal for there to be slow seasons, and that doesn't mean that all the effort you put in up to this point means nothing. It just means that things are slow right now, and that's fine. Things will get better. So let's lean into it, lean into this newly acquired time and try and make the most out of it. But how do I do that? Don't panic. I'm here for you. So tip number 1 is to get your money right, or to get reminded that you should have gotten your money right before slow season started. I'm pretty sure I've gone over this before. Get yourself an emergency fund, because this is the time where it might come in handy. Having just an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses might be a huge relief when slow season comes around. And if you don't have one set in place already, now's the time to prepare for it, so next slow season doesn't give you gray hairs. So basically all you want to do is you want to add up all of your monthly living expenses, multiply that by 3 to 6, whichever makes you feel comfortable and sleep better at night, and that's your goal. So when work inevitably picks back up, that's your goal, to save up those 3 to 6 months and make sure to keep that somewhere where it's readily available. So keep that either in a savings account that doesn't penalize early withdrawals, or just a regular checkings account. So there you have it. Whenever slow season comes back around, your emergency fund is there as a safety net. Tip number 2 is get your business in order. Just because you aren't out and about shooting projects doesn't mean you can't really be working. Actually, slow season tends to be a great time for you to actually work on the business and not in the business. And what do I mean by this? Well, you can start by taking the time to organize your business finances. You can structure a roadmap, you can set some new goals, you can recap all the projects that you did over the last busy season. You can also take the time to clean your gear and organize it, as well as link back up with some of your older clients. You can also take this time to just learn a new skill. Personally, it's around this time where I make a new show reel for last year's projects. And what usually happens is I find something that I really want to improve. It's only when I look at all the projects in one timeline that I notice this. A couple years ago, I started to get more interested in lighting after I did my show reel for that year. So I took that slow time to really improve my lighting and really try and understand it more and learn more about it. You know, I bought some lighting gear, I watched some tutorials, took a course or two, and I just started experimenting. So when work picked back up, my lighting would be better. I would come back stronger. You can also watch some videos and read about business and really work on that side of what you do. So the more you read and the more you learn about these business things, you can start noting them down, setting a time when it's appropriate to do these things, because some of the things you're going to come across, you're not ready yet. And the ones that you do, you can just slowly start chipping away at them. See, so now you're improving and building a better business already. Tip number 3 is to network. Chances are, if it's slow season for you, it might also be slow season for other people. So now's a good time to put some marketing efforts into place. So go ahead and present yourself to marketing agencies and production companies. Invite some other creatives to go out for lunch. Maybe go out for coffee with some of your favorite clients. just nurture relationships. If work's slow for you, it might also be for other people. So why not make good use of that time and meet new people that are in the same situation as you maybe. Talk to them about work, get to know them on a more personal level. Maybe that will eventually lead you to get new work. Or worst case scenario, you met someone that's cool and does the same thing that you do. And it might be useful for you as well, not just them. And a lot of these networking events and just going out for coffee with other creatives, I've really learned how to deal with clients better and other people's perspectives and how the market works. And that is just something that you can't learn on YouTube or Reddit, because it's a very personal thing to your own situation and where you're located and the type of clients that you work with. And other people that are already working, which you might not know, already have a lot of those insights and they might share them with you. And that is priceless. So remember this, the more people that know you, the higher the chances are that work is gonna come your way. So make sure that your name is being spoken even when you're not around, and preferably for good reason. Tip number 4 is to create spec work and work that you want to make. Just because clients aren't hiring doesn't mean that you can't be out shooting. If there's a project that you always wanted to do, now's a great time to write that script, plan that shoot, grab some friends, and get it done. Maybe you can't be out shooting for one reason or another. Grab all of your projects and, like I said before, edit a new show reel. Grab the best work that you've ever done and put it all into one 1-minute video so you can show new clients. Or maybe you're tired of your boring corporate gigs, so you grab your film camera and you go out and shoot some street photography and fall back in love with it. The point is, I think it's easy to get sucked into the idea that you only go out to shoot when you're being paid to do so, especially the more that you do it. And that's not the case. You can write up yourself a brief just like a client would and go shoot something. Or maybe you really like shooting bird photography. Go out and do that, just for no apparent reason, just because you have fun doing it. Personally, if I spend way too much time without picking up my camera, and that's actually one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube, I start to feel rusty, and it's really hard for me to get back on it. It feels like I'm losing my skills. So I personally make it a point to never spend more than a week without picking up my camera, even if it's just for a YouTube video or some photos that are never ever gonna see the light of day. So go out and create something for yourself, something that you truly enjoy. My 5th tip is to build up your personal brand or side business. Before I started this YouTube channel, I felt like there's nothing left for me to do other than wait for new client work to come in, especially because winter here can be a bit harsh. So yeah, it kind of sucks to go out and shoot just for the sake of it. And that is one of the reasons why I started doing this YouTube thing. It just forced me to create, either inside or outside, it doesn't matter, but just for me. And if I liked it, I would share it with you guys. So not only does it scratch my creative itch, it also keeps me going, and it also builds up a second business, sort of, if you can call it that at this point. And having this second creative outlet not only gives me an excuse to set new goals and to do something when client work is slow, but it also enables me to create a personal brand and end up meeting new people along the way. The way I look at it, for me, YouTube is my personal public sketchbook of sorts. Whenever I get that urge to create, or I get inspired by something and I can't do it, or I simply don't want to do it for a client project, I can always come here and do it for here. So not only am I sharpening my tools, I'm also being somewhat productive and, building towards something. So for me, that's enough to keep me active, happy, and to also simultaneously give me a sense of purpose. Tip 6, enjoy yourself and take a breather. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, take some time off. Live life a little bit, enjoy yourself. Remember when you're packed at work, you're always wishing you had some free time for yourself and doing some fun activities, or maybe just resting. Now's your chance. You've earned it, so take advantage of it. Go grab coffee with a friend. Go and see your grandma. Go out, skiing. Or maybe simply do nothing and just recharge your batteries. That's good. It's fine to have free time. Don't feel like just because you're resting, you're falling behind. You know, rest is just as important as working out or having a good diet. I know it seems counterintuitive, but it is in a way also making progress. Rest is important. Get your rest. That's it. I hope this helps you guys get through some of these very challenging times, I know. And maybe you've also learned a new way to cope with slow season. Remember, it's okay. It's gonna happen every now and again. It's part of the game. It's really not the end of the world. You'll be fine. For now, rest up and stay safe.